My work is about the environment and the topography of it and the very slowness of change through that environment. I tend to work in English stones, or British stones rather, sorry, and they can quite often take some very simple forms where it's just the light and the angle of cut that creates the form. In this one, which I've called Ascending, ribbon slate, some people talk about ribbon slate having a maritime feel, and this is just a simple series of angular cuts with the idea that it's rising through, and in that way it's responding to the movement within the slate. The second piece is called Momentum. I see this as a very slow hand movement almost. When I'm carving or when I'm drawing, there's this thing about making a mark, which is a moment. And that's a very slow movement. This is almost like, to me, it's like a hand in slow motion, in three frames. But it's also that abstraction of time. There's a moment is a lucid moment. I've repeated myself, but it's an instance. And then we go on to something that very much relates to the material. Here, this is called East of the Quarry, and again we have this slow movement of the landscape across this ribbon surface. The three contours I've taken are roughly equivalent to the height of that the slate is quarried at. It's a very small valley outside Corris in Wales, where slate's been mined for nearly 500 years and is one of the best slates in the world. I really like it because I have a very strong attachment to this place, and I feel that in a way it creates that very slow movement within our ecology, that nature will slowly but surely change our environment, our landscape. Our landscape isn't permanent in that way, it's never changing landscape. And then we have, in that same slow movement, we have a crescent. Pardon me. And the crescent is, it could be an ellipse, it could be a new moon. But again, it sort of refers to that movement. I've made a lot of sundials, and the interesting thing about sundials is not the time, because the time is a construct, while the way the shadow moves is the important thing. That's recording a passing moment, and that's what I find quite lyrical about it. And those are sort of a brief description of those four pieces.